Friends, I am Dr. Pawan Sureka, a practicing pediatrician in suburbs of Mumbai for last 40 years. We do come across a number of sort of emergencies or the panic or the tensions of parents. One of them is the grandmother called, Doctor, my child has suddenly become unconscious. How old is the child? Around 1 year. I asked her to describe the event and she said this child started crying for some reason and then suddenly was holding his breath and then the child's lips turned blue. Friends, this is a typical breath holding attack, which is quite common at this particular age. For some reason, let's say if the child's demands are not being met, child wants to go out with grandpapa, or child is holding a knife, is not willing to give it, or child is trying to grab something which we do not want him to grab, or child has a sudden fall and gets scared. In such a situation, number of times kids hold their breath, air does not go from mouth to lungs. Since lungs do not receive air, they are not able to oxygenate blood which is coming from heart to lungs. And therefore, a bluish color blood which comes from heart to lungs does not turn into pink. The blue color blood comes back to heart, gets pumped into the body. When the bluish color blood comes to lips, the lips may turn bluish or greenish. And when this poorly oxygenated blood goes to brain, the child may even feel unconscious or may get unconscious or sometimes may have a seizure. A typical description is that child has a tonic spasm for a few seconds and is followed by floppiness or limp. Now when such a situation happens and the parents see it for the first time, it will definitely cause panic with any parents. So therefore the parents pick the child up, run to the hospital. In case they land up in a hospital which is not a pediatric nursing home, it is an adult nursing home, sometimes the doctor there also gets scared and may admit the child in ICU, start oxygen. But all this is usually not required. If we just give patience for a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, once the brain does not receive oxygen, somehow the respiration starts again, the lungs start receiving air, blood gets oxygenated and the full process gets reversed. But how do we wait? How do we keep patience? People try different things, saying prayers or sprinkling some water over the body. But in case you want to do something, you can fill up your mouth with air and then give mouth to mouth breathing to the child, and that will bring out the child quicker. This sort of thing is more common between the age of 1 to 3 years. At this age, child enters into phase of negativism. In case we are trying to force something, child tries to do something opposite. And when the child comes out of it, If we meet that demand immediately, whatever child has demanded, then that leads to a tendency of becoming stubborn, and the attacks may increase. So the way out is, once the child becomes conscious, do not try to fulfill the demand with which this episode started. Number of such children may have iron deficiency in the body. So after investigation, if he finds such a situation, one can supplement the child with iron medicines. The point to remember is breath holding attacks are common in children. Though they will cause a panic in the first 1 or 2 episodes, but there is nothing to be scared about. They usually do not cause any long-term damage to the child. Thank you.